yeah, I'm going to tell you the backstory about Maureen and I. If it wasn't for you, if it wasn't for this woman, probably American Express would have never heard about TLA Black Women in Tech. They've never heard about Voices in the Shadow. And it's interesting because there's always been this stigma around black women hate one another, the angry black women, we don't know how to support each other, we are jealous of one another. And if it wasn't for the black women in this network, this book would have never happened. Everybody know we've done a crowdfunding, which we failed. And obviously we don't have experience as an agency, we have no experience of crowdfunding. It's an art, you have to be good at this. And it was interesting, the support of women who were just sharing, getting people involved and so forth. And I can name so many women who, if it wasn't for them, this story would have never happened. So Maureen, you are one of the women that made this book happen. So Maureen, thank you, first of all.
Pleasure.
And people don't know you, tell us who you are.
Okay, so I know Flavia has already mentioned Biney, but out of habit, my name is Maureen Biney, and I'm originally from Ghana, living in the UK, I think almost 10 years now, and I'm a software engineer working at American Express.
Right. Everybody loves what to work at American Express. What is your secret? Do they give a black card?
So I think the main reason why I joined American Express is because of the inclusive culture that they've got. So when I joined, I was one of 2 black women who were doing software engineering in the building. Not in the whole company, but in the building. And Nelly and I were quite close. We wanted to see more women who look like us. So we started a network where we were teaching people how to code, and we were publicizing it a lot on the internet, on Twitter and on Instagram, and we got people to apply as well. So
that's amazing. How did you come across TLA Black Women in Tech, out of curiosity?
I think it was on LinkedIn. I saw it first, and the only reason why I saw it is because someone that I was connected to was following.
Yeah.
So then I joined, and then I joined the Slack channel as well.
Yeah.
And then I saw that the book was coming out.
Yeah.
And yeah.
One thing led to another. The power of building a community is what led us to where we are here today. As a black woman, obviously you work for American Express, and American Express chose to get on board. People who don't know what American Express is doing when it comes to diversity and inclusion, what do you want people to know about that? So
there are a lot of networks at Amex that take care of the little communities of underrepresented groups that we've got. So we've got things like the Women in Technologies Network, we've got the Black Engagements Network, and we've got the tech arm of the Black Engagement Network, which caters to black people in tech who work at American Express. We've got things like the Disabilities Awareness Network as well. So all of those little colleague networks that we've got make people feel like they belong. So it's kind of a safe space for you to go and discuss any challenges that you'll be facing. If you're in that safe space and someone's talking about some challenge that they're encountering and you're able to help, you'll find that everyone helps each other in those networks.
Absolutely, and I think it's important that we have those networks because I was saying, earlier on that when we look at our customer base, they are very diverse. So we can't have one type of people if we don't understand how to serve the black community who understand us better than us. But as a black woman in the tech space, what do you want people to know? What do you want people to when you think about black women technology, what do you want them to understand?
That our challenges are different from other people's challenges. Because we're not the same. We encounter different challenges. What I would face as a black woman in tech is different from what another person who is not black and in tech will face. So it's important to know that even though we're all in the same space, people are facing different challenges, and you have to try to understand the person and what their background is and what they represent to be able to help them out.
Absolutely. And American Express is obviously you've taken a lot of initiatives. Is there anything else people can learn about what American Express is doing when it comes to tackling diversity and inclusion?
Yeah, so one of the things that comes to mind just as you've asked the question is what we do in terms of hiring. So before any candidate who applies for a role is hired, we make sure that the candidate, what's the word? the slate is diverse. So if you've not got a diverse slate, you're not allowed to
Wow,
give the
that's
offer
good.
to anyone. Yeah.
That's really good, and I think that's so important to actually have a number of structure in place to encourage
Yeah.
people to think about diversity from the get-going. Because when people think about diversity, quite often they are too big, and then it costs a lot of money. But if you have diversity within your DNA, for me, I'm very lucky. And you've seen in the book has been designed by a lot of great women from all different backgrounds, and I've used so much from that richness of diversity, and as a creative agency, we need that, but it's great, as you see, that to have that. So having structure, having a framework in place helps you do that, and that's something people can learn from.
Very important.
How do you want to be remembered, Maureen?
I want to be remembered as somebody who pays it forward and brings people up with her on her journey.
Fantastic, I love that. Thank you so much, Maureen.
You're welcome.